Sandeepa Arora of IIFL has joined in. Sandeepa, good morning. How are you guys feeling before the budget this time around?
Good morning, Udayan. We are fairly optimistic before the budget. I think a lot of promises have been made by Mr. Chidambaram. We are hoping, as the rest of the market is, that there would be a lot of delivery on those promises. But I think we wait for the budget to see what happens really, because the key thing to watch out for is, what is their stance on the fiscal discipline, etc. So I think it actually becomes a very critical and a crucial budget going into the election year next year. I think market is clearly awaiting and anticipating this one, and clearly this is going to be a big event as far as the markets are concerned.
Hi Sandeepa, morning. As big a deal for the institutional investors at your conference, because we've seen flows dwindle over the last few days. Is that a pre-budget call? Mithali,
actually the flows, as you know, for the first couple of months, in fact, have been extremely strong. And I think just before the budget, this is a very typical move before the budget where flows kind of ease off. People want to see what, the next course of action as far as the economy is concerned is going to be. As you know, there have been many concerns, especially, like I said, on the fiscal deficit concern. Those are the concerns that market is looking for, whether are they going to be addressed or not. So I think, investors are going to wait and watch and then decide the next course of action based on what the finance minister has to say on the 28th.
But Sandeepa, what's your sense of how this financial bracket may move after these guidelines, and do you see strong prospects for a lot of them?
No, Mithali. I think, while the move is extremely positive and there are many stocks that have moved up probably today, I think at the end of it there will probably only be about 4 to 5 licenses that would actually be given out. And these are pretty stringent guidelines, as they should be. So I think 4 or 5 would be a realistic number.
What's the sense you're getting from clients who are at the conference, Sandeepa? Because we've just come out of a fairly disappointing earnings season. Do you get the sense that this kind of disappointment might linger on for a couple of more quarters?
Absolutely, Udayan. In fact, if you go back to 2012, I think earnings as a whole disappointed. I think we saw earnings downgrade to the tune of about 7 or 8%, which I think earnings even today face downside risk from here on. But I think it's very important to focus on bottom-up ideas, because even last year, despite all of the disappointments that we saw on the macro front or on the earnings disappointments, I think companies that have a good track record, have a good visibility in terms of growth, have done really well. So there has been this market polarization towards, good performance companies, companies that have visibility in terms of earnings, or companies that are, a play on the strong consumption theme in India. Things like that. So I think it's important to focus on bottom-up ideas rather than, take just a broader call on the earnings, because I think earnings on a broader range would continue to sort of disappoint even in the next 2 or 3 quarters.
Is there any fear that because of that, India, which has outperformed such a lot in 2012, might actually take a break in 2013 to catch up for some of the valuations which might have moved ahead of earnings catching up?
Absolutely possible, Udayan, but like I said, some of these companies, take a look at, for instance, stocks like HDFC Bank or Bajaj Auto. Year on year, they continue to outperform irrespective of the environment per se. So yes, valuations is a concern, but I think many of these companies have held on to their expensive valuations over the years, for many, many years. So while valuations continues to be a concern on some of these companies, I think the fact that they grow consistently over years of time kind of stands well for them. So while that may be a shorter term kind of concern, I don't think that would be a concern from a longer term standpoint.
There have been murmurs of a sharper correction coming for global equities come March, Sandeepa. That's when some deadlines kick in for the US economy. It's not generally a great month for equities. Are people talking about that? And within that, do they expect emerging markets like India to be harder hit or to tide this off better?
Mithali, as far as liquidity is concerned, we have seen a benign liquidity environment last year as well as continuing into this year. While, yes, there are concerns on probably US, slowing down on its easing, I think we're clearly seeing a lot of easing from Japan. So liquidity remains benign. Having said that, if you have a risk off, yes, we do have a risk in terms of downside. So markets could see downside. If you see FIs outflows, then there's a possibility that you could see a downside to the market. So that's always a possibility given that we've seen a run-up. But I'm a lot more optimistic than that. So I think the chances of that happening are not as high as probably fears that exist over there.
Anything to do with infrastructure has underperformed over the last many weeks. Post-budget, do you see any change in that, or that continues to be a laggard sector in your eyes?
It continues to be a laggard sector, but I think what we are really watching out for, and I think this is the critical aspect coming from the budget, is how do they create an investment cycle that is pro-growth. So we need to really see a revival on the investment front. Because that, I think, has been the biggest drag as far as 2012 has been concerned. So while you've seen India sort of rocking on the consumption side, the investment cycle really has taken a downturn, which typically takes a lot more time to revive. So we need to really see some kind of a policy push which kind of revives the investment cycle, and that would become critical for this sector. So hence I feel that the budget becomes really crucial from that front, because that's one push that this country needs in a very big way.
Is there concern, Sandeepa, about the size of the primary market pipeline, especially in terms of government offerings, and whether the market will have the capacity to absorb that, as also see some kind of movement on the secondary market, or do you think that's going to crimp performance?
That has been a bit of an overhang, and I think that will continue probably for another month or so. I think till the end of March you'd see that coming in. So that has been one of the biggest overhangs. But I'm not overly concerned on that. While it's taken away quite a chunk of the flows, I wouldn't be too concerned, because I think that would kind of ease off post-March. I'm not very negative on that.
Even for the first half, Sandeepa, do you foresee the market moving in a very wide band? Because we've been volatile but extremely restricted in terms of Nifty movement. Do you expect that to open up through the course of the year?
I think, as far as markets are concerned, I think they'd probably be range bound rather than seeing very wide volatile moves. And I'm kind of re-emphasizing this, that the focus, I think, from an investor perspective, especially FI perspective, will go back to owning quality names in the country. Because, when you own quality, irrespective of where markets move, the focus really becomes portfolio outperformance. And the only way to kind of do that is to focus on stocks that, generate great returns over a period of time. So the focus, for instance, in our conference is the power of compounding. So the focus goes back to companies which are high quality companies, have high earnings visibility, they play on the rising affluence as far as India is concerned. They are in a very good competitive position, they have scalable businesses, the balance sheets are strong, the management track record is strong. So I think if the focus is, on companies, owning companies like that, irrespective of where markets move, the portfolio outperformance kind of stands out in, even bad markets. And I think that will continue to be the emphasis as far as we are concerned to our investors.
But is there some kind of concern, Sandeepa, that the kind of qualities that you're talking about, because the market has been so narrow, have already been priced to perfection, and the rest of the market is actually languishing at much lower valuations? Do your investors still find the comfort of buying high-quality Indian companies because of restrictive valuations?
In pockets of time, yes. So even some of these companies have pockets of correction, and that's when we see flows coming in. So it's not that, they're a buy at every level, but I think some of these companies do see select periods of time where they either, give you a time correction or a price correction, and that is when investors move in. So yes, timing becomes critical for such companies. But for the laggards, for instance, just because the stock is cheap doesn't necessarily become a great buy. We've seen that last year over and over again. If an investor has got into a stock, let's say infrastructure, as you mentioned, people have only taken a hit at every level that they've got into, because the investment cycle really is not turning around. And until we actually see that moving in a structural direction, I don't think these stocks will, outperform the market at a broader level. While you could have pockets of time where they see some kind of short-term, trading rallies because the broader market is going up and beta names go up, I think structurally what we need to see is the investment cycle really turning around. So that is the push that we need to see coming from the budget. We have seen many, reforms take place over the course of last few months, which is very, very positive. But I think people are really and, very keenly awaiting to see if those reforms continue, especially given the fact that this is an election year. That, I think, is the biggest concern. Do we see a continuation of these reforms, or will they stop midway? And that's why I think we're seeing a stop, a slight pause, rather, in FI flows. And I think budget hence becomes extremely critical.
What's the biggest risk to Indian market performance this year, you think? I mean, what is most commonly discussed in your conferences, among people or clients that you speak to? What is top of the fear list?
Regulatory concerns. That's, I think, the single biggest risk that the markets face, because we've seen that happening in the telecom sector. We've seen that happening over and over again in several sectors. So I think that is one risk that people are clearly concerned about. The other, of course, as I mentioned, is, if you have a risk-off globally and liquidity kind of dries up, that's when I think India becomes very, very, vulnerable. So those are the two concerns that I clearly see in a very big way.
You have the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank speaking as well, Sandeepa. How important is it for people investing in India to see some kind of rate cut direction through the course of this year? And is that important as well in determining whether or not they want exposure to the banks?
Yes, it's extremely important. I think if you look at what RBI has been doing over the last several quarters, they've already been in an easing mode. So you've seen the CRR being cut, you've seen OMOs nearly close to $50 billion, we've seen one rate cut. So I think the environment, remains dovish, and we might see another rate cut come March. But I think most of the rate cut, our expectation is we see over the course of the year about 100 to 125 bips rate cut. But bulk of that would be, back-ended. I don't think it would be as aggressive initially than it would be later on. So I think RBI has to clearly play a kind of, very balancing act between growth and inflation, and they will have their eyes on both of those factors. But I think clearly one thing is certain, that we are in a dovish environment and we will see interest rates coming off, which is why I think banks and rate sensitives become critical plays this year, and those are the names you should be exposed to as far as an investor is concerned, and that's what we are advising even in our conference.
So you don't see substantial downside from where we are right now, 5,800 Nifty?
Not substantial, no, not substantial. As I said, our focus continues to be on stocks that outperform the market rather than markets themselves. So while markets could move a bit here and there, I think clearly the focus should be on owning quality names. That becomes very, very critical.
Have a good conference, Sandeepa. Thank you very much for your time today. Market